So there's been this narrative about Steph Curry that's been following him for over half of his career. Until 2022, Steph Curry did not have a single Finals MVP. But what if I told you Steph Curry was the best player on every single championship team that he was a part of? Now, I know some of you guys are probably going to run to the comment section and be like, how could you even say that? Kevin Durant averaged 35 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting clips. Why would Steph Curry be the best player on these championship teams? And don't let me confuse you. Kevin Durant was phenomenal in those NBA Finals series, but I don't necessarily think that he was the best player. And I don't necessarily think that the Cleveland Cavaliers were game planning for Kevin Durant. And again, this may sound crazy. Kevin Durant, who's going to finish his career as a top 3 scorer of all time, who's 7 foot, can shoot the way he does, penetrate the rim the way he does. How could he not be game planned for? I'm going to show you guys this play. I want you to watch it all the way through, and then I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. Now, people are going to say, this was just a regular transition dunk. There's nothing more to be thought of about this clip. There's nothing going on in this clip that could portray that Kevin Durant wasn't the best player on this team. Well, let's look at this one more time because I think I can make the argument. I want you to watch Steph Curry throughout this entire clip, and I want you to watch the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's take a look at how many defenders Steph Curry attracted in this transition one. There's 1 with Kyrie, there's 2 with LeBron, and that creates an easy lane for Kevin Durant. Now, there's going to be people that saying this is just a coincidence. This is nothing. Come on now. Well, 4 minutes later, the same exact thing happens. I want you to look at number 30 and look at J.R. Smith. Instead of stopping the ball, where does J.R. go? Creating an easy lane for Kevin Durant. So maybe you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Maybe you're not. But what I'm clearly trying to say is Kevin Durant may have been the best scorer of our generation, but Steph Curry was probably the most dangerous. If we take a look at how Steph Curry was guarded in those final series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, you were to think that they would rather have Kevin Durant go for 35 every night instead of Steph Curry getting the groove that we know he can get into and being as dangerous as we know he can be in that series. And despite that, in the 2017 finals, he averaged 26 points per game. In the 2018 finals, he averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, a near triple-double. When you're playing against Steph Curry, the margin of error is so small. That's why guys are able to get open the way they are. Let's just look at a simple screen and roll action involving Steph Curry. KD's going to set the screen here, and you can see LeBron kind of nudges Steph as he turns the corner, almost leaving Kevin Durant to roll to the rim freely, because you just don't have the margin of error to really let Steph get to his spot and shoot the basketball the way he does. He knows Kyrie is going to be late, but instead of attacking the roller, they worry about Steph more in this possession, giving Kevin Durant an open shot. Let's take a look at another clip where Iman Shumpert is guarding Steph, and he's going to try and come up off of a screen. Richard Jefferson is going to get involved, and it leads to another wide open shot at the rim. Even in transition, this is why I argued that Steph Curry is one of the most dangerous transition scorers in NBA history. Because if you take a look, Steph Curry is going to leak out. LeBron James ignores Kevin Durant freely running to the rim to guard a Steph Curry pull-up. You get the best of both worlds in either scenario when you're running in transition with number 30. When you're creating easy looks for your teammates with the ball in or out of your hands, I think that's something that is extremely valuable. Here we're going to see 2 guys bite at Steph, and you can see there are 4 eyes on Steph Curry. Just in case you don't see it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. In that season, the Golden State Warriors had a 121.1 offensive rating when Steph was on the floor. That counts for first in the NBA. And without Steph Curry on the floor, they had a 104.8 offensive rating, which counts for 24th in the NBA. That year in the postseason, the Golden State Warriors had a 126.0 offensive rating with Steph on the floor and a 99.8 offensive rating with him off, meaning they had the best offense in the postseason that year with him on the floor, and with him off the floor, they had the worst postseason offense. That very next year, when Steph Curry was on the floor for the Warriors, they had a 122.7 offensive rating, which is good enough for best in the NBA, and a 108.0 offensive rating, which is good enough for 16th in the NBA. In the playoffs that year, the gap closed a lot. 116.2 offensive rating with him on the floor, 111.6 offensive rating with him off. So hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. If Steph Curry has the ability to generate easy shots, and I mean easy shots at the rim for the players around him with the ball in and out of his hands, consistently the second he steps on the floor, that should be valuable enough to be deemed as the best player on these championship teams. Now, I know he did not average 35 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits like Kevin Durant did, but they were never guarding Kevin Durant to the level that they were guarding Steph Curry. And with the film and the statistics that I have shown, maybe you could think the same way. But if you don't, here's the 2018 NBA Finals. It's almost like we can find this clip in every single game of these games in the 2017 and 18 NBA Finals. Here, Steph Curry, one of the greatest transition scorers of all time, is going to get the ball, and LeBron's gonna neglect a wide open rim finish to guard Steph Curry at the perimeter. Now let's take a look at this clip where Steph gets the isolation against Tristan Thompson and they send two to the ball. He swings it to Draymond and has to point out Jordan Bell wide open under the rim because there's still two people on Steph Curry without the basketball. How about we take another look at when Steph gets the ball in the corner, both of the bigs leave a wide open big under the rim to get another easy play. But if we take a look at it, JaVale McGee just does JaVale McGee things. Another thing that isn't talked about enough is the fact that you're gonna have to switch and pick and roll scenarios with Steph Curry. By the time you try and fight over that screen, his shot could be already down the net. So he got a lot of mismatches on guys like Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, and others pretty easily and whenever he wanted to. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is no slight to Kevin Durant. I think he played great in those NBA Finals, but I guess I just value the guy who creates easy offense at will for the team around him, whether he has the ball or he doesn't have the ball. We just spent the last 7 minutes or so looking at clips of how Steph Curry created easy offense for some of the best offensive players in the league, including Kevin Durant. Steph Curry's shooting is probably the most dangerous attribute any player has ever had in the NBA. The way he's able to command switches, the way he's able to force double teams, the way he's able to force people to pick him up half court and in transition, the way people just neglect wide open threes or neglect wide open layups at the rim. We've seen so much of it that we almost are numb to it. But what Steph Curry is doing is creating easy offense for every single player around him, no matter what he is doing. He could be walking down the sideline, not doing anything, and he's still creating easy offense because 4 to 3 to 5 players on the floor of the opposing team are all worried about what Steph Curry is doing. He's constantly moving. When he has the ball in his hand, he's such a dangerous shooter. It makes everything more easier for him. It makes passing easier for him. It makes dribbling easier for him. It makes getting to the rim easier for him. So, in my opinion, Steph Curry has been the best player on every single championship team that he has been on. And in my opinion, he should have 4 finals MVPs. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys like this type of content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be dropping more videos very, very soon. We have a lot of things coming up, so please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.